Hello there guys, and welcome back to my first ever actual real YouTube video. Today I'm picking my Lions team that's going to tour Australia this year. I'm starting off with the backs because that's get the views. Starting off at scrum half. There's only one lock-in this position, that is Jamison Gibson-Park. Let's not even talk about him. Yes, he's fallen off slightly. You know, we're talking he was, averaging 90 overall last year. This year he's playing at like an 85 overall. Still, he's the best scrum half we've got on our hands. Number 2, and one of only 2 Welsh people I'm probably going to pick in this entire team, Thomas Williams. Gloucester fan myself, I've been seeing him play week in, week out. He has been unbelievable. He is so good. And the Jury Rugby Gloucester playing this season should hopefully suit the Andy Farrell quick-paced, how he wants his nines to play. Yeah. Then the third pick at 9. There's a few options putting their hands out. You know, Ben White, Alex Mitchell. But I'm going to go with not Craig Casey. I'm going to go back to Alex Mitchell. I think, again, just all the points I'm about to make do also work for Casey especially. But I think Mitchell is quick ball. He's got that little bit of something. He creates that something. Those like diagonal runs from the ruck where he kind of takes it, moves it, gives it the last minute. I think that could be really useful coming off the bench because obviously Gibson Park's going to start. So you're looking for a bench impact player here. Again, I know everything I said there applies to Casey, but I think Mitchell's slightly better at Casey than it. Moving on to fly halves. Now, there are 2 lock-ins in this position for me. That is Finn Russell and Marcus Smith. Now, these 2 players, not only are they kind of similar system players, as in you can build a system that works for both of them. And then so it takes you to the third one. Now, what do you do with your third fly half? Do you go for another player who can fit into the same kind of system? Is that, Maverick 10? I think you personally go for a backup option. Let's say you go into that first test and it's just not working. It's just not worked. You need to change it up. You need to rip up the playbook. I think you need to go for a Ford or a Farrell. I know he's playing out in Racing 92, got an injury, not been playing the best rugby, but we are forgetting the fact that his dad is the coach. And anyone who's played Sunday League rugby knows that the coach's son gets picked. So I'm going to put in a hipster shout and go for Owen Farrell is going to get called up for this tour. It's unlucky to Jack Crowley because he is probably undoubtedly the 3rd best. Moving on to the centres. I'm picking 2 inside, 2 outside and 1 utility. I'm going inside. Inside's are kind of obvious. It's Aki and Tui Pelotu. I've got Tui Pelotu starting for me because Aki's going to be 35 when this tour comes around. Tui Pelotu's going to be, 27, 28? Just that power running down the middle. The Australian centres are... they're very good. They're just very, very good, aren't they? And I think we need a bit more youthful impact coming on there. Outside centre, I'm going with Gary Ringrose and Hugh Jones. To be honest, either of them could start. If you go with Tuipulotu in the 12, then I think you go with Hugh Jones in the 13 because chemistry between centres is the most important position on the pitch to have chemistry with. It's so important. And those 2 have got such great chemistry. They play so well together. And I think it will be great to have them just firing in there, especially if you've got Russell starting in at 10. Having that little axis of 10, 12, 13, who all play regularly with each other at international level, that will be such a benefit to this, let's face it, Irish-dominated team. And also at a utility centre, Robbie Henshaw, he's just a bit class, isn't he? He's just got that class touch. It'd be great to have him in there. Can also cover fullback from his Gaelic football days. Yeah. Good player. And on the wings, I'm taking 5 of them. Starting off with Tommy Freeman. Now, this is the roguish shout I've got. A few reasons. A, he's class. B, he can play so many positions. He can play 13 wing and fullback with ease across all the same positions. He's just got... I love Tommy Freeman. Some more sensible shouts. Not that he isn't sensible. James Lowe, locked on left winger. He will start. I'm going with 2 Scots here, Duhan van der Merwe and Darcy Graham. Darcy Graham looked unbelievable when he came back in the autumn, didn't he? He looked really, really good. And Duhan van der Merwe, he's just got that bit of size, which I think... I wouldn't start him in the first test, but if we go into those, second and third tests, and we're just getting a bit bullied by that Australian backline, because they are just big, aren't they? They're big. Maybe bring a bit of Duhan in there just to spice it up. At my final winger, Emmanuel Waboso. He is, wow. We're talking just raw pace, athleticism, power. Just a raw player. He's just raw. That's the way you put him. But he's good raw. He's like Wagyu raw. He's like sushi raw. Do you know what I mean? He's that raw. Onto the fullback position. I wouldn't select him. But if I'm going to go for another Welshie, as I said, Farrell Winnett is an underrated shout here. But my two fullbacks I'm going to go for are Kinghorn and Keenan. I don't even know who I'd start, to be honest. I mean, Kinghorn's won the Champions Cup. Like, he benched Thomas Ramos. Does Keenan bench Thomas Ramos? It's a genuine question. Does Keenan bench Thomas Ramos? I don't know, but I love Keenan. He's so good defensively as well. Keenan is the best defensive fullback in the world. Please subscribe if you've liked this video, and plenty more to come. This is the worst video you will see from me in terms of production, all this kind of stuff, because it's my first. So, you know, give me a chance, please. Thank you very much, and bye.